This is Channel One TV. If you're listening to us via radio, this is City 97.3 FM. Welcome to our special program with a focus on the Electoral Commission, because in a second, they will be taking us through what led to the selection of some presidential candidates for the 2024 general elections. They'll also go ahead and do the picking for who will be what number on that ballot for this year's elections. Let's go to the EC.
The process of receiving, reviewing, and scrutinizing the nomination forms and documents from presidential candidates. Allow me to update you accordingly. To enhance and ensure a transparent, credible, fair and peaceful, and yet accountable electoral process and election in 2024, the Commission continues to develop innovations to ensure that we carry the citizens along in all our processes. This transparency was evident throughout the registration and exhibition exercises, and indeed throughout the week-long nomination process. As a Commission, we intend to be open and transparent in all our processes and to keep you, our distinguished stakeholders, informed in a timely manner as we inch towards December 2024. This year, as in 2020, the Commission made the nomination forms available online. This helped ease the burden of traveling to the Commission to pick up the forms and eliminated overcrowding at the Commission's offices. The Commission also developed a detailed checklist that embodied the criteria to be satisfied by presidential candidates as prescribed by law. This template guided the scoring and awarding of marks by teams established by the Commission to review the nomination forms submitted. The Commission posted the nomination forms on its website on Wednesday, the 31st of July. Each political party or designated representative was given a unique code to access the nomination forms. This procedure eliminated the incidence of multiple candidates of the same political party filing nominations for the same position. This year, as in 2020, the Commission set up two teams which were tasked to review all the nomination forms submitted. The technical teams scrutinized the forms submitted to ensure that aspirants satisfy the qualifications as set out in law, such as the age requirements, fulfillment of tax obligations, among others. The IT team, on the other hand, reviewed the forms to ensure that the ID cards, the voter ID cards of candidates and their supporters were valid. We are confident that both teams have been thorough and yet fair in their work. As in 2020, the presidential candidates were given a 5-day period for the filing process. This allowed enough time for aspirants to correct any errors identified in their forms. All in all, these innovations helped eliminate the confusion and tensions that characterized previous nomination processes prior to 2020. In all, 39 aspiring presidential candidates collected passcodes to download the nomination forms. These were made up of 12 political parties, aspiring candidates, and 27 independent aspiring presidential candidates. The Commission is happy to note that 3 women put themselves up for nomination for the position of presidential candidate. For the first time in the nation's history, the Commission reduced the filing fees for women and for persons with disabilities by 25%. This is a testament to our desire to have an inclusive, democratic and electoral process. Now, our friends from the media, to the reason why we are here. After the end of a thorough review process, I have the honor to present to you the presidential candidates who qualified to contest the 2024 presidential election. We had 13 candidates who qualified to contest the 2024 presidential election. And we have Mr. Mahamadou Bawumia of the NPP, Mr. John Dramani Mahama of the NDC, Alan Kojo Tremantin, an independent candidate, Christian Kwabena Andrews of the Ghana Union Movement, Daniel Augustus Latte Jr. of the Great Consolidated Popular Party, Mr. George Chumberi Maedu, an independent candidate, Nana Kwame Bediako, an independent candidate, Mr. Hassan Ayariga, All People's Congress, Mr. Kofi Akpalu of the Liberal Party of Ghana, Ekwe Adonko of the Ghana Freedom Party, Mr. Kofi Kranting, an independent candidate, Nana Akosua Frimpong Kamakama of the Convention People's Party, and Mohamed Frimpong of the National Democratic Party. The candidates who were disqualified after the thorough review process are Mr. Samuel Appiah Dankwa, an independent candidate, Miss Janet Nabela, an independent candidate, Mr. Desmond Abrifa, an independent candidate, Nana Jepong Stevens, an independent candidate, Mr. Paul Peko, an independent candidate, Mr. Bernard Mona of the People's National Convention, James Kwesi Opong, an independent candidate, Mr. Samuel Sapong Ankra, an independent candidate, Mr. Nia Mudaku, an independent candidate, and Mr. Asamoah Siao of the Progressive People's Party. It is important to note that the candidate for the Progressive Alliance for Ghana, Mr. John Kweku Pipi, withdrew his nominations after the filing process. And here, I would like to briefly take us through the findings. Mr. Mahamadou Bawumia of the NPP satisfied all the requirements and was cleared by the two committees established to do so. Mr. Kofi Akpalu initially had issues with his tax certificate. However, he was provided an opportunity to correct it, and the issues were resolved, and he was cleared by the committee. Mr. Christian Andrews of the Ghana Union Movement initially had incomplete details for his vice presidential candidate and incomplete records for some of the supporters. The issues were, however, resolved after he was provided with an opportunity to correct same. Mr. Kwame Bediako initially had no tax clearance certificate for his vice presidential candidate, and the photo size that he presented was not a postcard. However, he corrected these issues and was cleared by the committee. Mr. George Chumberi Maedu, an independent candidate, had no symbol and colors to represent himself. However, he was provided with an opportunity, and the issues were resolved within the nomination period, and he was cleared by the committee. Mr. Hassan Ayariga presented only one completed nomination form. The other two did not have some pages, I think from page 137 to 142. The issues, he was presented with these findings, and he went on to correct them, and he was cleared by the committee. Mr. John Dramani Mahama of the NDC satisfied all requirements and was cleared by the committee. Mr. Alan Kojo Tremantin, independent candidate, satisfied all requirements and was cleared by the committee. Madam Ekwe Adonko of the Ghana Freedom Party also resolved issues to do with her nomination. She was subsequently cleared by the committee. Mr. Daniel Augustus Latte also had a number of issues to do with his form. The issues were, however, resolved, and he was cleared by the committee. Madam Akosua Frimpoma Kwamankama had a number of issues, and these issues were brought to her attention and the attention of the party, and they were able to satisfy the requirements, and the committee cleared them. Mohammed Frimpong of the NDP also had a number of issues ranging from a non-submission of a tax clearance certificate for the vice presidential candidate and incomplete particulars of some supporters. The issues were resolved within the nomination period, and he was cleared by the committee. Mr. Kofi Koranting also had a number of issues, including the use of registered voters in a particular district to support the nomination in another district. His issues were, however, brought to his attention, and he rectified them and was cleared by the candidate. So these are the 13 candidates who were cleared by the two committees. Mr. Samuel Apiadankwa, independent candidate, was, however, presented with a number of issues to resolve, including not filing a tax certificate for his vice presidential candidate. And then some of his pages were omitted from the form, and he had incomplete particulars for some of his supporters. Unfortunately, though he was provided with the opportunity to correct this, he was unable to do so, and the committee recommended that he be disqualified. Ms. Janet Asana Nabila also used the registration details of particular voters to support her nomination, the registration details of supporters in certain districts to support her nomination in other districts. Again, the vice presidential candidate did not sign the nomination form. The issues were, however, not resolved, and the committees recommended that she be disqualified. Mr. Desmond Abrifa, an independent candidate, he also used the registration details of voters in a particular district to support the nomination in other districts. He was presented with these findings, but was not able to resolve them, and the committee required or requested that he be disqualified. Nana Japon Stevens, an independent candidate, also used the registration details of voters in a particular district to support the nomination in other districts. In addition, he had incomplete particulars for supporters. He was not responsive to the nomination requirements, and the committee required and asked that he be disqualified. Mr. Bernard Mona also had incomplete particulars of supporters. He also used registered voters in a particular district to support the nomination in other districts. His form also contained varying signatures for the same supporters, and in some cases, the same signature for different supporters. The committee was of the view that he be disqualified. Mr. Paul Perko, an independent candidate, had incomplete particulars for his supporters, and he also used registered voters in a particular district to support the nomination in other districts, and the committee recommended that he be disqualified. Mr. James Opong, an independent candidate, his statutory declaration was not notarized. Additionally, he used registered voters in a particular district to support the nomination in other districts, and the committees recommended that he be disqualified. Mr. Samuel Sapong Ankara, an independent candidate, also used registered voters in a particular district to support the nomination of other districts, and he was not able to effect the corrections of this, and the committees recommended that he be disqualified. Mr. Niamudaku, the committee found that his forms were incomplete, and again, he also used registered voters in a particular district to support the nominations in other districts, and the committee recommended that he be disqualified. Last but not least is Mr. Kofi Asamoah of the People's Progressive Party. He used registered voters in a particular district to support the nomination in other districts. Additionally, he had incomplete particulars of some of the supporters, and he was unable to satisfactorily correct these anomalies, and the committee recommended that he be disqualified. As mentioned earlier, the candidate for the Progressive Alliance Ghana, Mr. Pikpi, withdrew after the filing process. He did file, but prior to the decisions being made, he withdrew his nomination forms. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, out of the total of the 24 nominations received, the two committees tasked to review the forms and to make recommendations to the Commission have cleared 13 candidates. And once again, I'd like to mention them. Mr. Mahamudu Bawumia of the New Patriotic Party, Mr. John Dramani Mahama of the National Democratic Congress, Mr. Alan John Kojo Tremanting, an independent candidate, Mr. Christian Kwabena Andrews, Ghana Union Movement, Mr. Daniel Augustus Latte of the Ghana Great Consolidated People's Party, Mr. George Chumberima, an independent candidate, Mr. Nana Kwame Bediaku, an independent candidate, Mr. Hassan Ayariga, All People's Congress, Mr. Kofi Apalu of the Liberal Party Ghana, Madam Ekwe Adonko, Ghana Freedom Party, Madam Akosua Frimpoma Kamankama of the Convention People's Party, Mr. Mohammed Frimpong of the National Democratic Party, and Mr. Kofi Kranting, an independent candidate. I'd like to mention that the Commission upheld the recommendations made by the two candidates, and to add that the committees that were established have spoken. It is important to note again that all the presidential candidates were provided an opportunity to correct the errors on their nomination forms. Detailed feedback was sent to each candidate to assist them with the information. I like to also note that those who were not able to qualify were not able to correct the errors identified with their nomination forms, hence their disqualification. This afternoon, the agents of the candidates who qualified to contest as presidential candidates for the 2024 election will ballot to pick their positions to determine the order in which they would appear on the ballot paper. And I believe that we'll be welcoming them shortly. Distinguished citizens, as we head towards the 7th December general elections, we urge all of you to work with the Commission to strengthen and uphold the integrity of our systems and the Commission as a whole. Our doors remain open, and we assure our stakeholders that we are receptive to constructive feedback and advice. Indeed, the feedback and advice from Ghanaians, which we receive on a daily basis, has helped to enrich our work and enabled us to serve you better. Before we bring the curtain to a close and go on to the balloting for positions, we would like to wish all the qualified candidates the best of luck in their bid to ascend the high office of the presidency. We urge all candidates to engage in a decent campaign, a campaign based on policies and programs that will lead to the betterment of our society. As referees, our role is simply to arrange and organize orderly, fair, transparent, and credible elections. We assure you that we are working to do just that. We as a commission do not have the power to determine who wins elections. It is not in our control to determine the outcome of the election. The power indeed lies with the good people of our dear country. It is only the citizens and the citizens alone who can determine who should lead them, not the Electoral Commission. It is the candidate who is given power to lead this country by the citizens who will be declared the President of the Republic of Ghana by the Electoral Commission come the 7th of December 2024. To the aspiring presidential candidates who did not make this process, we wish you better luck next time. Your filing fee would be refunded to you. And to all of you, our distinguished citizens, we thank you for believing in us and for walking this journey with us. We pledge that we will conduct ourselves in truth and integrity and organize free, fair, credible, transparent elections come December 7th, 2024. We will not let you down. On your part, we charge you to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana and her institutions. So help us, God. May God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. Let peace reign. Thank you. Yeah, so let's do that.
We go to the next event, which is the balloting for positions on the ballot. On those notes, we will ask the president who occupy the seats to give way to the reps and candidates to come and take over the seats. Thank you.
We have to end this with the closing prayer. Look what the balloting on it. What was done by one.
No, you can't collapse it because you
May I have a printing problem?
Yeah. Where are you going to collapse? And where are you going to put it when you collapse? You don't want a room making tacky. Announce it. Yeah, do that. So they give way to the. Okay.
So there you have it, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Jane Mensah, addressing the press on the reasons for the disqualification of some persons and the approval of 13 people to be on the ballot paper for the 2024 elections. My name is Vivian Kai Luko. We're bringing you a special program on the nominations and balloting for the 2024 elections. I'm here with two gentlemen who will help steer the ship to the harbor at the end of the day. Sambi Uyafe is here with us at ChannelOne TV as well as City FM. Sami, welcome.
Hello, Vivian.
And then, of course, I have Fred Jabadon also here with us at ChannelOne TV as well as City FM. Gentlemen, we'll go deep into discussions, but I'll take your initial remarks. We saw the list a couple of hours back. Of course, the EC is officially announcing this. But any surprises there for the names of people who will appear on your paper, ballot paper for 2024, of the 13 people?
Yes, my first surprise is Eke Adonko.
Yes, yes.
My first surprise was Eke Adonko. You know, Eke Adonko has tried this. This would be her third time of trying to be on the ballot. She tried in 2012, 2016, it didn't work. 2020, it didn't work. In 2024, she's tried and it's worked. Surprisingly, when I was trying to get to hear the explanation for addition on the ballot sheet, how she fared in terms of filing her nominations, but the EC chairperson was not so clear. She said she had some issues were resolved. Others were very clear with long explanations, detailed explanations. But with Eke Adonko, it wasn't. But I was quite surprised to see Eke Adonko there. The second person I was surprised to see was Kofi Akpaloo. He's also, this is his second time of trying.
He's been on before, no?
Kofi Akpaloo has never been on.
He's been on.
He's been on,
He has.
Yeah. I think either 2016 or
Yes,
2020.
he
He was one of the people who were disqualified.
The last
I think
one,
that was
the last
2016.
one.
Yeah, but 2020 he was.
Yeah.
He was on about 2020.
So,
So
I mean,
you're surprised it's sailed through again?
Yes, I was surprised it sailed through again
Okay.
in that. Apart from that, I was not really surprised by any of the candidates. One person I was not surprised, but people have raised surprise. I mean, have been surprised by is Cheddar, Nana Kwame Bediako. But for me, I am not surprised he is there. I think that this is someone whom from the very beginning knew what he was about, knew the requirements to become a presidential candidate and the president of this country. And I think he had done his homework well to this point, even though in the time of filing we are told there are some issues, but I was not surprised to see him on the ballot.
Okay, Sammy.
Remember the last time we spoke, I said that the EC was going to disqualify quite a number of these candidates. And from the list, about 11 people have been disqualified. I would wish that more people would have been disqualified, but the EC believes that these people have met the requirements and will be on the ballot come December. Fred mentioned Eke Adonko. For me, I'm not surprised Eke Adonko is on because she's done this, as you mentioned, since 2012. Even though she's not been able to be on the ballot, she's learned from experience. And she's able to gather her things well and right to be on. I would have been surprised if she was going to be disqualified because after all these years of experience and you still make the same mistakes, that's where the surprise is going to be. But being able to be on the ballot, it means that she's learned from her previous mistake. She's been able to, get the right people because when you look at the explanation given by the EC chairperson, different people from different districts were endorsing the forms. And my thinking was that why they didn't know the EC could check all these things because I'm sure every police station in every district has a unique code or police station number. So the EC could just enter their database. And so my surprise was you didn't know this was going to happen. For Eke Adonko to sail through, it means she's learned from her past mistakes. She's been diligent in ensuring that these things are done and what it is. Cheddar, I'm not surprised. I'd earlier raised issues with, not getting a running mate before filing the nomination. But as Madam Jane explained, he was called in to come and do a few corrections. And here we are, he's going to be on the ballot. A lot of people really expect that he's going to be, the third force who's going to make or cause any upset in the election. So him being there will be good news for him and the number of people who really support him in this cause. So for me, I'm not really surprised by the list that the EC has released.
Right. 13, is it not a huge
It's too much. It's too much. The last time I told you, I feel it's too much. 2020, we did 12. So my expectation was that we're going to reduce the number to a single figure. Because in 2012, I think we did 7. In 2016 was 8 or 9. I'm not so sure. In 2020, we did 12. My expectation was the number was going to reduce. And I feel it's about time we put a ceiling on the number of people who can aspire to be president. So even assuming that all these individuals were able to get their acts right, were able to get all their forms and endorsement right, we're going to have 24 people on the ballot. That's going to be a long ballot. And it's even going to be confusing. Because if for instance, I'm a candidate in number 12, how am I going to educate my supporters? Say, what do people now? Kind 1, 2, 3. It was going to be a long process. I thought the EC should have disqualified a lot more people so become a single figure. Because if you have a long ballot paper, it makes voting confusing one way or the other. And my expectation was that more people were going to go down, but the EC believes these people have met the requirements, and so be it.
We are deepening multi-party democracy. And once you've chosen to go into multi-party democracy, you have given the right to every individual in this country who believes that they are, who one qualified.
Not everybody can be president.
No, hold on.
Not everybody can be president.
Hold on. One, you have given the opportunity to people first who qualify, who have the desire to run as president, who have a desire and a plan for this country. Multi-party democracy is not cheap, it is expensive. That is what we chose for ourselves in 1992. And for me, having 13 people on the ballot shows that there are more people interested in the affairs of this country. There are more people who believe that they could contribute their quota, probably as president, to change the course of this country. So for me, I am glad that we have the 13 on the ballot. What it tells us is that there are people in this, we have people in this country who really have the country at heart. We may have our own challenges with them, but once we give the people freedom and the right to be able to express themselves and put themselves up to be elected, why not? I don't see Sami's case of reducing numbers. Reducing numbers for who to be there.
I disagree. We've had this argument several times in the newsroom, and I still stand by my position.
Let him land. Then you can,
once I am a qualified, you see, that's the first thing. It's different from when I'm unqualified. Once I meet the criteria, I'm qualified, and I have the interest, and I believe in myself that I have a proper plan, a good plan to change this country. The people of Ghana should be given the opportunity to hear every plan. We've been hearing plans of 2 or 3 people, but when we give people an opportunity to tell us, this is what we want to do, this is what we want to do, you see, they may not win an election, but what they do is that they help the bigger parties in the formation of their manifestos and plans. Because you look at the manifestos of the major parties, and you go and look at the manifestos of the smaller parties, you realize that some of these smaller parties and independent candidates started preaching certain agendas long before the major political parties took it on board and made it their manifesto. But because they are huge, you would probably hear it more than hearing from these smaller parties. So you see, when you allow people the numbers, there are different ideas, there are different visions. We can bring this vision together from the different people to build a better country for ourselves.
Well, just so we take the feed to the EC, so our viewers see, the reps of the various political parties are coming in. Some are coming in themselves. I've seen Apalu, and then we're seeing quite a number of, and I've seen the NDP gentleman as well, Alhaji Mohammed Frimpong as well. So there you have it. The second part of today's press, Mark Menu in your shot there, and it appears Madame Koma is there herself as well. The second part of this program is for them to pick the ballots, to see Fifi Kwete in our shots as well. So they'll be picking, we'll see who will be number 1, number 2, number 3, all the way to number 13. But Fred, what number should be a cap? Because we've done 7, 8, 12, 13. If we have 50 people, and like Sami is saying, they all are qualified, are we going to put 50 there?
We have 30 million Ghanaians. 30 million Ghanaians in this country.
Not everybody can be president.
Not everybody can be president.
And not everybody is qualified to be president.
That is why I started my argument by saying that, 1, you need to be qualified before we even consider you. The law states clearly.
I mean, if you look at the reasons given for the disqualification, they are not that serious.
Yes.
They failed to get people in all the various. Either tax clearance or that. And if moving forward in the next 4 years, it will be something people can easily correct.
Somebody tried 3 times, failed to be on the ballot. Today, Sami is praising the person for learning from her mistakes to be on the ballot. So, you know, people are bound to make mistakes. So, and that is why you are given an opportunity to learn from your mistakes and be there. For me, if you have over 30 million people in this country and 50 people want to contest as president, it's fine.
Would you want to have a ballot where you are going to go through 50?
A ballot where you can make a choice of different people, from different people, a large number of people with different visions, and choose the best vision.
Okay. So we are seeing 11 others, apart from the 2 major political parties, right? These 11 others will then being on the ballot paper affect the fortunes of either 2 of the big parties? Who is taking away whose voters for what we know now?
Not at all. They won't affect anybody.
You're saying Alan, Cheddar, and who else is big over there? I mean, small, graduating from tiny.
So apart from Alan and Nana Kwame Bediako, who. But before I respond, let me respond to a few things first. Hold on. Just a minute. 90% of the people on this paper that the EC has announced have qualified to be in the ballot know very well that they will not make any mark in the election. 90% of them know that they will not make any mark. It's just to.
But you start from somewhere.
It's just to. I respond to that one. It's just to add up to the numbers first. And the other goodies that comes with being on the presidential ballot.
Oh, but that's an allegation.
No.
That's an allegation.
No, but we all know that the EC gives some financial support to aspirants.
Yes, we know that, but to say that they are coming on because of the goodies is not fair.
They are giving resources. They are
Yeah.
giving resources and the likes.
But how much of that resources do they spend? Going across the country once.
Alone, that's so expensive. The campaign is so expensive.
Allow me to make my
Okay, go ahead, then we will also respond. I mean, I'm the host, but you're pushing it too. All right.
So yeah, 90% of the people on this ballot or on this paper know very well, deep within them, that they will not make any mark.
Okay.
Apart from the recent post that we've seen, which says that Alan and Cheddar are likely to make inroads, that one with even a single figure. The rest on this statement the EC has video are even getting 0 point something.
But Goom, the last election, did well.
Yes. But in recent surveys that we've seen, he's getting 0 point something. Cheddar and Alan Chamantin are overtaking him.
Okay, well, we'll see on
yes. So I'm basing my argument on the post that our own Musa Dankwa has done, a recent one that was done by the SBM intelligence group, and one which was done by the research department of the Jubilee House also there.
Okay, Sami, hold on with your thoughts. Let's go back to the EC's headquarters. Samuel Tete is speaking. Let's take it.
To ask Mr. Lawrence Sapo to lead us in the prayer. Thank you.
Shall we be in prayer? Our Heavenly Father, we thank you this evening for the gift of life. It is by your purpose, that is why we are gathered here. To go through a process that will lead to one of the elections successes that we want to achieve in this country. We pray for your guidance. We pray for your presence. Let your spirit be with us as we go through this process. So that at the end of the day, you all will be satisfied with the process and give you glory and honor. We ask this in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
All of you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Commissioner. Good afternoon once again. Representatives of political parties, you are welcome to the Electoral Commission today. As you are aware, today is the day set aside to ballot for position. There will be 2 stages in the balloting for the position. The first one will be balloting for the order. So the first one will have 13 balls, each of them with different numbers. Sorry, we have nine party-sponsored candidates. So they will first ballot, and when they finish, they will go on with the independent candidates. So we have 9 ballots, 9 balls here, each of them having 1, 2, 9 in one of them.
Yes, these are the balls. You shall put the numbers inside and you shall shuffle them.
So if you pick one for the first ballot, it means you will be the first person to pick for your position on the ballot. So the first stage will be picking for the order, and the second one will be picking for the position on the ballot paper. We have indicated 1 to 9, and we'll keep them in the box, each of them. To ensure fairness and for you to know that there's nothing like preempt, we shall validate the numbers at the back. We'll sign at the back. So that if somebody has already brought something from the house, he cannot get the same thing. After we have endorsed at the back, we'll then fold them here and there, in the presence of all of you, and keep them in the various balls. Then we'll have to shake them vigorously, and then we'll place them here and call you in the order of filing of your nomination. Thank you very much. Normally what we do is that the party-sponsored candidates come first before the independent candidates. So they will vote for positions first, and then the independent candidate will also follow suit.
So my worry is that it would mean that we are being discriminated against. We are all fighting for the same level of power. We are all investing the same resources. And we are engaging the same electorate. So why should it be the case that the party-sponsored candidate is preferred and given an opportunity to talk of the ballot? So they are going to select number 1. So if you don't allow me to be part of the initial work, it means I can't have number 1.
Thank you.
I think let's be very clear. It's an administrative arrangement the commission has put in place, and the commission hasn't varied it. So please kindly bear with it. It's something we've been using all this while. We haven't changed it, so we'll make sure the commission hears your concerns. But as we are here, this is the procedure: is that we finish with that of the parties. Then the other candidates who are not sponsored by political parties will follow suit. That has been the tradition. So we will let the commission know of your concerns. That's is it Mr. Chiramatin? Yes. So commission will know about your concerns. So please let us proceed. Thank you.
Do you still want to?
Yes. I think that I do agree with the commission. As an independent presidential candidate, you cannot be on the same panel with a political party. This has been the usual norm of balloting in the electoral commission, and I think that we should still continue with that. After the political parties, then the independent candidates are considered. I agree with you.
No, that's not the commission didn't say. So please.
Thank you very much.
Please, have you shown it to all of them here? Please.
No, please.
Mr. Wabi.
So what we are saying is that we have heard you.
No. So please.
We have heard you.
We have explained. So
yes.
Listen to the commission's position.
Yes, that's all.
I think they say.
I have 2 issues. One has to do with the balls, and the other has to do with whether this balloting has any implications for the parliamentary positions in the constituency. So, if it has implications for the parliamentary positions in the constituency, we have to explain that to us. Regarding the balls, because this is a probability exercise, is it a case that you cannot touch, drop, and pick another one? So once you touch, you have to pick it. You need to know the rules. And the reason is, if you can touch and move to another ball, then it means that just observing it is not enough. Weights will have to be checked. So we would have loved that we were given enough time to examine the balls instead of just looking at them in the book. So we want to know.
Okay, so
they want to examine the balls.
Let them, those who would want to examine, let them examine. There are others who may not want to examine. They are satisfied with the first level. So please send them around.
So I think they can be here. So all those who want to come.
Put them in the book. Put them in the book.
They don't vanish.
I think you have to increase your fences.
Forensic examination. Forensic.
The parliamentary. So let's finish with the.
Is there any party or let's say candidate who would want to examine it?
No, somebody here.
Is there someone who would want to examine it? Let them do so.
Doc.
Please. It's okay.
Please.
ABC.
Is that okay now?
APC want to see
They are coming too much. Please. Papa. Sir, parliamentary, they are going to change much.
No. Thank you very much.
So, please. No. These are the numbers. Let me show the numbers to you. Then the last number.
One contestant presidential number.
Thank you very much. Once we are all satisfied with the balls, please wait. Don't sign it now, please. Not now. We'll sign it here for everybody to see before we hold it. No, who have even wanted to break that end, but it is fixed.
You have a question?
Yes, we're not satisfied with the balls. And we're not satisfied. Is a country where equality, equity, and empowerment should be aligned with the nation. Now, if you show discrimination in a place like DC, then it's not fair. We all went through an amount of work and process to be able to qualify. Now, once we're qualified, you cannot put some aside and deal with some first and deal with something. You cannot tell us that the last four who are independent will now choose out of 9, 13. And if that's what the law is, I'd like the media to know. candidates. Then we're second-class citizens.
We are not saying you are second-class citizen. What we are saying is that this has been the convention. This is an administrative procedure by the commission. We have actually listened to what you are saying. So next time round, there will be an engagement, and then if there is the need for us to change it, then we will do it. But for now, this is the decision of the commission, and this has been the practice. Thank you.
No, he's going to answer.
We'll answer
Some of them.
Some of the issues that you raised.
Please, thank you very much. Today's balloting is going to have implication on what will happen at the constituency level.
Please allow him to finish so that you come in.
So if a party picks the first position during the second ballot, it means that that party at the constituency level will also be number one on the ballot. If you pick number two, you are going to be number two throughout the constituency ballot, the whole 276 constituencies. Number 4 the same, number 5 the same. But there can be instances where some might not have had, for some specific constituencies. So maybe somebody is number 4 here, but in a particular constituency he did not, he or she do not have a parliamentary candidate contesting for that political party. There will be that push-up system. In that situation, the one who is number 5 will be pushed up to be number 4, and you to follow in that order. We have some political parties that are filed for all the constituencies. Others have filed in some selected constituencies. So where such a thing happens, and you do not have a candidate in that particular constituency, and you are maybe number 4, the number 5 position, the party with the number 5 position, will be pushed up to become number 4. And then the push-up will affect all those in it. Then again, we have some political parties that are not contesting the presidential election, but they have also have candidates who are filing for the constituency election, the parliamentary elections. In just a situation, after those who are filing the presidential one, for instance, 9 of you, if you have all the contesting in the constituency, those political parties will come next before the independent candidates come. So, for instance, if a constituency has a PPP candidate there, PPP is not on the presidential ballot, so today he is not taking part in the ballot. So after all the 9 at that constituency have been shown, they will be number 10, the 10th position. In a case where all the 9 political parties who filed the presidential election are contesting, they will be number 10. Then where one or more than one independent candidate, they will also ballot for position 11 and 12, if there are 2, then they too will be there. Where there's only one independent candidate, we will just show up position 11. So for now, we are coming to go through the first ballot. The ballot for...
I'm sorry if I'm interrupting or intruding. It's all right to be here. In the past, candidates like President before, at number 13, the balls were open. Everybody could pick anything and they can end up at any number.
Why is it that right now it's only
Independent.
I
think, please, just for us to move on. Please.
Election President before number 13. Which election was that?
No. Please, Mr. Limaku.
Were there independent candidates?
Mr. Limaku, please address the chair. Mr. Bediaku, please sit down.
Let me correct you, please.
No, please. Here, we are in charge here. Please, so please understand us here. What we are basically saying is that it's an administrative process the commission has adopted. We've never had an instance where these numbers, but so what it means is that I made it clear that the commission, this is something, we are 7 commissioners, only 2 of us are here. This will be made known to the commission. So currently, this invitation, what we are doing is that we finish with the political parties, then we do the independent. This is a major concern you have raised. And we've indicated that we will inform the commission that this is something that has come up. Then you are saying we cannot do the voting. Is that what you are trying to say?
Sorry?
We cannot do the balloting.
I didn't say
But that's what I'm saying. This is an internal, we don't have any CI with that particular regulation that this is what, but it's an internal mechanism. So we've understood, but let's go ahead. The commission will be informed of your position.
Allow him to release his frustrations. The point here is that political parties do have structures. Independence, we didn't qualify that the same thing. I don't think candidates should be speaking for the commission.
Please, let's.
Oh, Mr. Wabi, someone, please sit down. Mr. Bediaku, please sit down. Please, we have Dr. Yerga. Doc, please sit down. Please sit down. No, please. Mr. Wabi, someone.
We make the same. We cannot allow the independent
please.
Let's go ahead.
Please.
We have structures enough to qualify.
Doc,
You have no basis speaking.
We cannot allow the independent candidates to
please. Please, we are making progress. Just sit down. Please, let's move. So I think there was a final explanation about the political parties. Assuming 2 parties don't contest the presidential or 3, and they are also in the constituencies, they are also going to be balloting. So if in that manner, they say, so please let's make progress.
Thank you very much. Please, we have 1 to 9 written here. For transparency's sake and credibility's sake, I'm calling upon our administrative officer to sign at the back of each of them. Please take a pen and sign. When you sign, put it aside.
Please, Dr. Yerga, please. Dr. Yerga,
Please. The back of each of these papers have been signed by the secretary. Please, can you show it to them one by one? This is one. You show it and then you put it there.
This is one.
No, let them see the signature.
Yes, the signature at the back.
That's right.
2, signed. 3, signed. 4, signed. 5, endorsed. 6, endorsed. 7, endorsed. 8, endorsed. 9, endorsed. Okay, so
We'll now
now
fold them.
I'm going to,
No, just fold them first.
no, when I fold, I slot it in the ball.
Fold them. Fold them together. Fold them together. You know,
Fold and show.
So, are you showing this right now?
No, let them see that fold and show.
yes.
I want you to show to them that we're folding.
Fold, show.
Come on, you should excuse yourself and do it. Like, seriously? Seriously?
No, fold it.
So this, 1, I'm folding it. I'm folding 1.
You're not even part of this. You're making noise.
Oh, Nana, sit down, please.
I'm sorry that we're all here for one purpose. Although some of you
2, I'm folding.
just to make sure very important that it happens. It doesn't matter whether
All of
you're
them are
solid,
inside.
whether you're working hard. And in fact, that should not be done that way. And all of you are going to
Why you allow this man to a very
Jerry,
you don't know what you are doing and you are here commenting and lamenting. This process has been there over years.
Jerry.
Wow. Please, you just
Jerry,
Address the chair.
Jerry, please.
go. Who cares whether you're here or not?
Jerry.
Yeah, you tell him this has been the format. Whether he wants to stay or not, this is his problem.
Please. Dr. Erica, please, let's make progress, people.
I think it's the first time like this.
So the 9 balls with the numbers in there.
Hello? Please, the 9 balls are here. Each of them contains a different number from 1 to 9. We'll be calling upon the reps of the political parties according to the order of filing your nominations. So we call you, you come and then you have to open it and show it to the camera for everybody to see before you sit down. This is the first stage. You are picking for the order. It is the second stage. That is where we are going to pick for the position. So if you pick number 1, it means you will pick. That will be the first to pick in the second stage. If you pick number 2, you will be the second to pick in that order. Thank you. So, Mr. Fred, can you let us?
Thank you, Director of Electoral Services.
No.
So, by the order in which the political parties candidates filed their nominations, NPP filed first in the name of Dr. Mahmoud Bahunia. Shall we invite the NPP representative? NPP.
No, it's here.
No,
Please, but you hello. No, allow the director to talk to you. Please. It's random picking, isn't it? Yes. I've not picked more than one. Hello? But it's not for you to give the terms of engagement. Please.
No, you can't go back.
But see, no, but don't do that. You don't have the mic. The committee member says you don't.
This is conditional.
Open it anyway. Open it.
Conditional probability.
Ask Musa Dankwa.
Please.
No, but others should pick before I show mine.
No,
everyone will show.
This one is even the order for
the order to
picking,
pick.
so
This is the order to pick.
yes.
The other one.
Seven.
number one. What number? We want this for the second. Let's give him the mic to mention so that we can record it. Show it and mention your number.
So, for the second round, the new Patriotic Party representative for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia will be the first to pick. You were the first to file. It
so
is
what
possible.
What
number one.
Thank you, MVP. This is by LBG.
You wrote to us late.
Oh no, please sit down.
LBG. Please, do I have the ball? Where's the ball?
That's how they coffee.
No, we don't put it back.
You came at
Mr. Evans, please can you take your seat? Let's keep the forum and other years.
Yes, and show so that.
Yes, I do. No,
please show it and let's play.
Number 8.
Let's count is the rep of
You pick on the well done, congratulations.
I had number 3.
Number 3. Shall we invite the ABC to come and pick? ABC.
I think that day we had 9 on the first day. So you should be there. We had 9 parties.
The NPC should get ready. ABC is speaking now.
Okay, we are done. I'll check.
That's right.
APC, what number?
Number two.
Number 2, APC. So give me that. Shall we invite the rep of NDC? NDC. NDC. NDC.
Number 7.
Number 7, NDC. Number 7. Please, you give the number. Please take the number. Yes, yes. We are going to use different sets of numbers to find out now. Shall we invite the rep of NDP? NDP. NDP.
Only one person. There's two of you. One person.
I go. Yeah.
Number 4.
Number 4.
NDP number 4.
Yes, Elijah, you can take it along.
Okay, that's correct.
GFP. Madam Ikiadonko. Madam Ikiadonko.
Where's the rep?
Ikiadonko. We can't leave that number idle, so we have to get somebody to come and pick. Yes.
No. Amadia, you pick the last one.
Let's go to the next.
We give her the last.
CBP. The rep of CBP.
Magic number 9.
Number 9. Number 9 for CBP. Number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6. GCBB number 6.
So, can somebody voluntarily come and pick?
The last number there is number 5.
But open.
So, number 5. So, in this case, number 5.
Wait, it could be a different number. Number 5 for Equiadonko.
Interestingly, there's a historical trend. Last time, Equiadonko was number 5. Right. Okay. With this done.
No, when we finish.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Here are the results for balloting for order. MPP number 1, APC will be number 2, GUM will be number 3, NDP number 4, GFP number 5, GCPP number 6, NDC number 7, LPG number 8, and CPP number 9. So we'll go in this order. Thank you very much. We are coming for the second stage of balloting.
So I return the balls.
Let them see. Let them see.
They are the same balls.
No.
It's the same ball. I didn't bring you the ball. The written ones, they've taken them. They've taken them. We have a different color.
We are using a different color for the second ballot. No problem. We'll let you see it.
That's why you should have brought it.
Don't worry.
So it's okay. If there is so different from, I can understand the feeling, but this alone makes it two distinct.
That alone, only that one is different. And let's get.
So let's examine it. It can't be their judgment.
No, wait.
No, you don't have to drop it in. Let's all examine it.
I'm not there.
Okay.
Easy. Let them also examine it.
We'll give it to you. Don't
Please.
Look, what we are doing is steeped in theory. It is conditional probability. In conditional probability, we don't want any bias in this.
Yes.
Good. Media, examine this ball and compare it to the others. And you see this almost a centimeter kind of halo. So it is only fair that this ball, one, is taken out. Two, it makes the first round of taking a bias selection. It does.
Let's examine.
So get an examine.
Take the ball and let us examine it. Yes. Bring the ball and let us examine it too. I didn't
Please.
General, will be his judgment alone. And so you can take pictures of the ball.
The balls are all the same.
Fred, let's show it to others.
Don't just dismiss.
Hello, Kofi, please take that ball. The ball he's contested. Please take that one out. Yes, and let's others examine it. Let others examine it. No, I'm taking it out. Judgment of Doctor. Yes. Hello. Yes. So please take that one out. Doctor. Don't let that ball get into the hole. Leave it out. Hello. Kofi.
They are the same.
Hello.
Please put this one.
No. Hello.
Contesting this ball.
So give that ball to him. Hello. Let us also examine it.
How would they come?
No, so
So he's contesting that ball. Let us examine it too.
They are all the same.
Kofi.
no,
Please.
They are not the same.
No, they are.
Hello.
Check this and check that. They are all the same.
Do you want me to show you the difference?
Hello.
Don't take care. I'll take this thing away.
Hello.
Please, no,
Take it
please.
out.
This is the ball that is contesting. Isn't that the ball?
And let me show you. I am saying it's not the same.
Hello.
If you have one, let's.
Please, pass it on. Pass it on, please.
Why would you give that? Give the
No, but we've shown you all the balls.
Please.
Take another one.
No. Please bring the ball. Bring the ball. NDC.
Please sit down. Sit down. Just examine, please. Just examine and let's make progress.
Just do your examination. Do your examination. What is all the speak? I'm talking about unbiased.
I won't bring, please. Please, we need to remove it.
All right. So I want you to go around.
But you can't direct what we should do.
Please remove that one. Let's make. No. Why are you making an?
It has been removed.
Is that how you're supposed to do? That is determination. Is that the way to go? This is because we come and won't talk. Is it their determination?
What's the issue?
He has raised the issue about the ball. And that ball is working out. Do you have to still be waiting?
No, we are waiting for a new ball, please. We are not waiting. We are waiting for a new ball.
You wait. Let's allow the man to come. Then we make.
Okay.
Why don't we change the strategy? Why won't you put it in a dark sand? So let's say.
Where have you seen this? Where?
No, the way back.
Tell me how this exercise is conducted. This is the first time you are
I'm going to change it.
What's the difference?
No, this thing will become contentious. It's only fair that
But when we are talking, you are not following.
No, I was following. I was
That
following.
ball has been taken out.
No, but don't take that ball away.
My friend, we are here.
Wait.
Stop.
Don't you wait. We will allow you. Please, we will allow you.
I'm not stampeding.
What you can bring
But
is
If you are another busy,
Jenna, you've heard me.
we are here for it.
please,
But we are not stampeding the process.
please. You wait for he's coming. When he comes, then we will allow you to.
Please, let's proceed. Because
You don't make that decision.
Are you saying we should not proceed because of your
What do you do again? The first ballot is because there was a biased ball.
Doc. General. No, before you give it the opportunity to examine, you wait. Let's allow you. Please. Chairman, please, add it.
We are replacing it. No.
So you have a, please.
Let me explain myself.
Please, Doc, you are in charge of the
What I'm submitting further is that so long as that ball and
that you yourself attested.
Oh, Mr. Osu, please.
No, he was saying he was okay with it.
Please, he has the floor. Allow him to make it.
Why are you making that's what we did.
Mr. Osu, keep quiet, please. The director has given him the floor. Please go ahead.
have the floor. Oh, sorry. Thank you. That board, one and only, has that halo at the junction between the glass and the yellowish base. That distinguishes that ball from the rest of the balls. One. Two, we cannot tell at what time that ball entered the ball. What we are submitting is that it is out of fairness that the EC said, let's ballot and choose the sequence by which we are going to select our positions on the ballot paper. It is also out of fairness that the EC said, in choosing that sequence, it should be an unbiased exercise. Therefore, if the mechanism through which bias is being eliminated itself introduced a bias ball, it undermines the fairness of the first ballot that we did. That is why I'm submitting that if we want an unbiased process at the beginning of the ballot, it is only fair that these same papers that have not been destroyed are folded quickly into the replacement ball, and the first stage of the ballot repeated. That is the only way, because it is obvious, and I plead that the media is allowed, in the name of transparency, to take close shots of that ball which I have objected to. And everybody will understand. That is all I'm saying. Thank you.
So please allow the please go. No, you
wait when he finishes. You can.
Yes. Thank you, Deputy Commissioner. At the start of this whole exercise, parties discussed. You subjected your boss to be examined. Hello, sir.
Please go.
At the commencement of this exercise, you subjected your boss to scrutiny by parties upon concerns raised by the NDC. They examined the balls in its type, nature, character, and weight. APC this same, LPG this same. New Patriotic Party, we sat here and we allowed it to go. Dr. Manibuama is raising concern about not knowing where the ball that he's objecting to came from. We were all here when the balls were opened, numbers were slotted in, closed, and put into a bowl for parties to come and select. Per the submissions of Dr. Manibuama, is indicting all of us that we've not been detailed, we've been shallow, and we are here supporting biasness. That is not the position of the New Patriotic Party. We've gone through the first round of picking numbers to indicate the order of picking to be on the ballot. We appreciate transparency, fairness, professionalism. We will not sit here his own judgment to be used as the rules of the game. At this point, the New Patriotic Party submit that the ball that has been contested should be taken out. Others added, so that we have the 9 set of balls to go through this exercise and complete peacefully. I think that we've entertained a lot, and at this stage, the process must be allowed to continue. This is the position of the new federal government.
Okay, Jerry.
Yes, I am very surprised. I do not know why we have to even come to this stage. Because these balls were in the bowl that was handed to the NDC, Dr. Omane Boama, and General Secretary Fifi Kweti. They spent well over 7 minutes. No, I'm coming. They spent over 7 minutes examining the balls. He was not able to fish any ball out. We are all here. There is no difference between the ball he's talking about and the other balls. But we are just letting it go because we don't want to act like we don't want to accept what he's saying. We are just letting it go that we take out the ball. Left for me, I wouldn't have allowed that. But for the sake of peace, we allowed it to go. They have taken out the ball. Why is it saying something else? Was he not the same person who agreed that the balls were okay? Yes. So I am surprised. Dr. Hassan Ayariga and his General Secretary, Monikaya, also took the balls and then they did what they have to do with it and they said everything was okay. We did same. So what is Dr. Omane Boama's contention? I think he has a strategy of delaying every process that is supposed to move forward for us to go and campaign to our people to get votes. Yes, right. He is deliberate. He knows he's not going to win, and deliberately. Please.
Okay, citizens. Citizens.
Please let's take the let's take the last two. One from APC and then one from GCPP. Then we move into the second round.
Issue and challenge has been addressed. We've removed the ball. If you're not happy with it, we can change the entire whole it and bring in input. I'm sure you have. If you don't have many, then if you're satisfied with that, I think I second for us to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Allow citizen.
I think probably the way the balls are, many might feel that you can look at it, if possible. If we can have a very dark sack or something that the balls
So that we put everything inside.
You cannot see.
So that we put them here. You just pick your one.
The issue that has been raised was that probably if it was in the form or a certain shape, you can easily see it. And that is why you can choose that particular one. But if it's in something that you cannot easily see, then probably we might not be There's also this point. See, there's no, how can something being organized manually be biased? I know that balls normally, normally balls in using the ballot, if it's mechanized, then weights can have influence on it. That is where probably you can talk about the weights are different, or maybe certain other characteristics of it is different. Balls, when it's mechanized, must be uniform. But this is a manual can, even if it's shaky, you can't have any bias around it. Yes.
Okay, so I hope it's clear. So let's, Mr. Director, move on.
Yeah, move forward.
Maybe when they pick, you should just have to pick a group. Please, Director, you make it progress. Let's have no, don't worry. Are you going to so, please, so, Dr. Ayariga, were you suggesting we shouldn't use this transparent?
No, they said I'm saying more.
No. Please.
They've changed the ball.
The position regarding
The ball has been changed. So please send the balls round again. You give it to, and let's be sure that.
No, that's not all. That's not all. I mean, the position regarding the transparency of the ball itself has to be taken. Because obviously, if somebody has, what's the name, a tip ahead, watching through, you can see it.
You can see the particular.
So, basically
around it.
Give anybody that one.
Okay. So maybe.
And also,
what can we do?
your officer in the small.
Yeah.
That's in a bit weird. Put your hands all over your pocket.
I'm amazed. Stop Evans from changing the box, the ball. Stop it. Otherwise,
Okay, please let's make some progress.
Please, we need to make progress. Sir, go.
In the name of transparency,
Doc, please, we are getting something, so let's make progress.
in the name of transparency, the media transparency from transparency box to give them the opportunity to
When it's open, you should give them black politician, and we should take that. Not introduce that.
So I cannot see. Well, you just go there.
Okay, please, these are the numbers for the second stage.
No. We are not talking about politics back. Please.
But this is a transparent bowl. Don't you understand? This is different. You go ahead. Put them here. No, we are saying that if it is opaque, you will not have any advantage of seeing it in the video. So if
I think media.
Please, the media, can you step back so that the candidates will have.
If you are not having sophisticated cameras to capture from that, then what are you doing?
Okay, please, we are moving on to the second stage of balloting. And this is the color that we are using, numbered from 1 to 9. So, what's the secretary?
So what's the way forward?
Come and endorse at the back of it. Sign at the back of the chocolate.
No, but don't they have to see that? Please, let them see the box again. Please. No,
These are the balls.
Let them look at it.
So you can examine them, please.
Doc, check the. No, let's.
No. Chairman. I don't understand the terms of engagement.
No, don't worry.
Are you calculating your time? Yes.
look at the time they are spending on the ball.
You are going to.
Please, all the numbers.
Are we agreed that it should be in an opaque thing that nobody will be able to see?
That give the ruling.
That opaque. So that you don't opaque. No. And I want to make sure, for instance,
There are differences.
let me show you. That is actually transparent. On account, so if you want a transparent, yes, so that you don't have an advantage. Me or not, this is
there are differences.
If I see you,
You'll be able to.
so if you are not seeing what you are thinking,
It makes it easy.
I think we need to hold on. When the person picks it, he holds on, he doesn't open it. And then we all open it.
yes,
So that we can avoid.
that's how you doesn't solve it. You see, it is picking. It is a picking.
So we want to make sure that
If you are
nobody
finished,
has
let us
an
have-
advantage in the picking. So,
Madam, you are pointing back somewhere.
Fred, that doesn't give anybody any advantage. Fred, it doesn't give anybody any advantage. That doesn't give anybody any advantage.
the ball, the way they are, they've been done in such a way that they may not be the same. Please, let's do it quickly so that we can make progress.
To avoid the motor accident.
Ma obi amfani sa camera emoti e bi asese bi e o.
Whatever it is,
You have the one that's
Let's, so,
They've examined it. You have done same. Other parties have done same.
let them hear from you.
there are differences.
Let me show you. You see, look, what is challenge? What? Let me show you something. Media, please get closer. Even here, okay. Watch this. You see.
This one.
Yes, if you see this, you see. So
you not pay judgment. Hello, you not pay judgment. Dog, we can't spend the whole night here. What person are this? For boss to please hear uncle.
But I also don't understand why.
You take off. Let me.
So, you know what I want to show you? No. I've also explained something. Look at this. The balls are in names. They are names. They are not supposed to be names.
It's the same.
No, they are different names. They have different names. Night.
Day and night and all.
It's not supposed to be like this. Because they cannot have names on it. They are supposed to be transparent. So they like some other name. It's not fair.
Then my William, we'll sit down, we'll reach, we'll take off. William. Come on, William. Okay.
It's day and night. Day and night. Day and night.
So all of you. So the order we do choose to change. What has changed? Let's put it in some. Has Gloria done all this?
Done.
Make a ruling and let's.
Hello? Hello? The commission has decided. As a commission, we have no interest in any candidate. We want to ensure fairness at all levels. Yes, it can be one or two people who are raising issues. The commission has decided that for the avoidance of doubt, we'll fold them, keep them here, and keep them in an opaque polythene bag for you to pick. So that we move on.
Without pick and not look into it? Yes.
No. You pick, you put it there.
You can take that. You cannot. What am I picking? Because my presidential candidate has been going on campaign, and I'm picking on his behalf, and I cannot look at what I'm picking.
Please, we'll put it in the bag, keep them here. You come and then you pick what you want.
Let me make a question.
Please.
Please. Hold on. I think that what we need to do now is that these papers, let's get an independent person to put them in those. Yes. Let's get an independent person and then put them in the box.
So, doctor, who is an independent person here? A media. Is that the kind of thing you want to set for us?
No.
Is that the kind of thing you want to set for us?
No. Please.
Don't introduce any polythene bag. Don't introduce any polythene bag.
Please.
See, we've been doing a very successful program. You want it to be scattered?
Please, we need to make progress. We are here to do it for the independent candidates. Please, we need to make progress. So please go and make your point.
Now, the point we are making is simple. And what we are asking for is actually not giving anybody any advantage. When you put the opacity, and you still look, then nothing has been achieved. Because the reason why we're asking for opacity is that your eyes will not have an advantage of seeing any distinction difference.
Go and fold them.
No, hold on.
Go and fold them and bring them.
Please.
Will you allow me to just make?
Please allow him to.
If you're watching international ballot club, ordinary, your hand goes even into it without you. See, all you do is to shuffle and pick one. You don't look. But the moment your eyes can see and there are differences, you will be able to look for the one you're looking for and pick it out. That's why we're asking for opacity. And the thing, and what Dr. Erica said about an independent person putting on is actually a good arrangement as well to ensure that since there is doubt all over, let somebody who is complaining know not to be part of it. Do that. That helps.
Please.
No.
We are not giving them.
No, please. From the submission made by. Yes.
Please.
No. I mean, I share what General Fifi that in some balloting, FIFA balloting. They may do that. We are in the jurisdiction of Ghana.
No, there's benchmark.
Please,
There's international benchmark.
We don't have the CI of FIFA.
There's international benchmark.
The CI of FIFA, we don't have it here. We have the CI of the EC. He doesn't tell us how balloting is done. But the convention has been that there's a first phase of balloting. We determine the order of placement to be done so that so that has been. From the first moment this process started, the first concerns were raised by my brother, Omanibuam. Please, we all appreciated it. We examined the balls. We spent almost an hour debating on whether the balls are unique or not. But I will re-emphasize the point that the balls were examined in their nature, Please, at this point, if you want an independent person to come and fold the numbers into the balls, I really don't have any problem. I will nominate Madam Ekiadonko, but I will not do that. You know, I will not do that because this is a electoral commission. You've invited here for an exercise, and you are not bold to say that this is what you are doing. Is that what we are doing here? I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. Yes.
It's important that what we are asking for is not to the advantage of anybody.
No, your point has been made. Your point has been made. Please. I know we. Please. You just hold on. We are coming. Let's allow Mr. Palu.
We can't hear you.
Please, to move forward, I would suggest that we put everything in that plastic and allow.
You just put your hand there, you take
put your hands in, pick whatever you have to pick.
Then you go.
And then
without seeing it.
Without seeing it. I tend it to avoid the delays that we are going through.
I will not.
Please. I want to help you. And then also, if you have to bring somebody.
No, that one will not happen. That one will not happen.
We're going to do that. So let's.
Another option is now. You don't want to support transparency again.
Yeah, you're afraid of transparency.
No, you don't want to support transparency again.
If they don't want to
polythene bag and a bowl, and you offer a polythene bag.
Something you say.
Okay. You want to fold these papers wrong and put it in the bowl, and we take it without the ball. Without the ball.
Yes.
Without the ball.
So.
Yes.
Please, all the points have been made. Okay, just hold it.
Please,
you can't take this.
I am personally surprised that when an issue was raised here, you said you have noted it down and you will get back to them. Why are we wasting time here?
Because of transparency.
Are you not noting it down?
Because of transparency.
Please note it down and get back to them.
Transparency.
Please. I think all your points have been made. Just give us some few minutes. We'll respond.
But before you go, Doc, your initial rule, which was when you pick your ball,
please go on. You make your point. You have the
your initial rule, you pick the ball, and you open so you get your number and show it to the public. I think that has caused the problem we are having now. Because when the new Patriotic Party we pick number 1 in order of balloting for the second, and it's raising all this.
No.
The rules and conventions have been same.
No.
We've never departed from it. Please, I'm saying that where you have examined the balls, you could not say anything until the new Patriotic Party picked number 1.
Receiving the same ball, and balls were not swapped.
The balls were in the bowl, in a transparent bowl, Now you prefer an opaque quality bag. The new Patriotic Party will not be part of that.
Okay, please. Okay, Mr.
You're
Limaku.
obviously afraid.
Mr. General Secretary, okay.
You will not have an
Please,
afraid.
it's okay. We need to make progress.
Obviously, the
No,
transparency
please.
helps you to choose
Afraid. It's not part of me.
Mr. Vice President, please.
Why
Mr. Limaku.
You're obviously afraid.
Mr. Limaku.
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Limaku.
Are you a media person? Why are you feeding me? You don't want this goal. You want opaque politics, and that is transparent.
That actually is what to make sure you don't have any advantage. Everybody must have the same advantage.
Please, Mr. Note. Mr. Note.
You are talking about NDC.
No, Mr. Note.
Why has NDC
Joe. He can't be
He's
here.
not supposed to be here. He's not supposed to be here. Use the best.
Please.
I'm not scared of anything.
You are afraid.
I'm afraid of you.
You will not be able to see.
I'm afraid of you.
You're afraid of lack of. You're afraid of transparency.
But I went here. I went here.
Because you're able to see.
Please.
I didn't call the number. I didn't call the number.
Please, Jerry, Mr. Osu, please. We need to make progress. We need to make progress. Please. Please.
Now he says he's the bodyguard. General, now he says he's your bodyguard. Hello. He says he's your bodyguard.
Please.
He says he's your bodyguard now.
No,
He's your bodyguard now.
But the policy is supposed to be
Please.
There's nothing to worry about.
He's the bodyguard.
This is an
Please,
That's what he said. And the EC cannot get him out. The EC cannot get him out.
Please, wait, hold on. Please, just be on this side. You just be on this side for us. Be on this side for us. Please, we are no. Hello, we need to make progress.
Dr. Ayariga, please. Did you bring your bodyguard in?
Did they allow you?
Please, Mr. Osu.
And that's fair.
Mr. Osu, let's move on. Let's move on.
It amounts to transparency.
Please.
It amounts to cheating.
Please,
Your game plan has been exposed.
please.
What game plan? Game plan. And your game plan was.
Chairman, Mr. General Secretary, please.
Difficulty.
Please.
Yes.
Mr. Limaku, please. Chairman, please, let's make progress.
No, but the third person.
Please, it's okay. Let's make progress. Thank you. So we are proceeding. Hey! No, they've understood. It's also going, please.
Thank you very much. We are moving on to the second stage. The positions, the tickets for the position have been endorsed.
Please, let's look.
And look at the back of it. That is position 1, 2, the back is endorsed. 3, the back is endorsed. 4, the back is endorsed. 5, the back is endorsed. 6, the back is endorsed. 7, the back is endorsed. 8, the back is endorsed. 9, the back is endorsed. We are going to fold them and keep them in these balls.
Don't worry, he will announce it.
Let him fold it.
Okay.
Thank you. Finish.
Fred folded the other one.
Take more pictures. Because we have the same body temperature. Because we have the same medical doctor, we have the same body temperature. Because we are imagining Marco.
Very narrow range.
That's what American. Very relaxed. Very relaxed. I think not be you. No. Because you said so with the head up.
He was making it as a joke.
You told him
he has spotted the thing already. He has spotted the thing already. He was making it already. He spotted the thing already.
What is written is written.
Everybody.
And you can't do anything about it.
Please.
You can't do anything about it.
Please.
What? Have you called me?
No, we have no. So just. Hey, Zakwalu, you are candidate for president, so you have to. Please. Commission has a ruling, so we need to do it. Don't worry, everything should be okay.
An empty ball.
So I don't know which one is being put in.
This is the first time. The next election, the result is
It won't be like this again. That's why we're here.
It will be like this.
That's why young people like us are here. It must not be like this. We're here to change. It must not be like
Nothing
this.
will
This
change.
is not for you. The future of our children.
You call yourself young. That's why you are to be an old man.
That's even true. It doesn't matter. But at least I won't be wearing sunglasses to the road. Sitting here, minding up my money.
Okay. You have money, but you can't mop your hair.
Please.
I got to the
You know, and I appreciate the power of the ball.
Go and mop your hair. Come on, you know, Papa. Hello.
Don't worry, that's it. Let's
We'll stand here. Please. All the 9 balls are here.
Them dog, and then put them on the table. Remove the mics because we examine the ball. Remove the mics and put the balls on the table. Put them in any point. Don't put them in any point. No, it should be on the table. It should be on the table. It should be on the table. It should be on the table.
Please. We are making progress. The director is going to tell us what the commission has decided. He is leading us. So,
please, let there be orderliness. Commission has decided that we put them in this carrier bag. You come and pick. Then we move on.
Yeah, without looking.
Oh, look.
You can look at it as a matter.
I'm here on behalf of my candidate. I shouldn't know what I'm taking. I shouldn't know.
Give the ruling.
Yeah, you just put your hands in and you pick. You will come, you pick, and then you.
So you have the order. Director, you have the order in with you.
Yes, please. I want to go over the order again. MPP number 1, APC number 2, GUM number 3, NDP 4, GFP 5, GCPP 6, NDC 7, LPG 8, and CPP 9. So we call upon the rep of MPP to come and pick the balls.
No looking into the container.
You dictate to me. You dictate to me.
Come on, guys. I mean, it's invalidated. You are not administrating. I mean, once that happened, it's invalidated.
APC, please.
Open it for. Let everybody pick. Let everybody pick. Please. The commissioner said the director of elections is moderating it. Please.
Mr. Zimaku, please sit down. Sit down and let's make progress. Please.
Number 2, APC.
Please choose.
That's exactly what is done.
Number 3, call
number 3, GUM.
Am I supposed to open it before everyone?
No, go ahead. Not now, when we finish.
We don't want anybody to predict what is coming.
The only thing is we don't have to see same number and 2 different ones.
Number 4, NDP.
Bring somebody in to add to your number.
That is so problem. What number? That is problem. How did that change anything?
GFP, number 5.
Who thought that probability? Our probability test must be 10. What you got?
Number 6, GCPP.
GCPP.
Number 7, NDC. Number 8, LPG. Number 9, CPP.
Okay, let's see this. So that
Okay, please. You can now open your balls. You can now open your balls, please. MPP.
MPP, let's make progress so that we write it down.
What did you?
Let's make progress.
What did you pick? Can you show it to the camera?
New Patriotic Party, number 1.
MPP, number 1.
Number 1.
Is it free?
This for commissioners.
APC.
All and all. From judgment to pay.
APC. What did you please?
Mr. Ibaku, please. Chairman, please come.
APC. What did you pay?
Please, when you finish, I take my ball. Can I get a ball?
Please.
APC number 9. Goom number 4. Goom had number 4.
Number 1.
NDP number 6. NDP. GFP number 3. GCPP number 2. NDC number 8 for NDC.
LPG number 5.
LPG number 5. CPP number 7 for CPP.
So are they taking the papers out?
You can keep them.
Number 8. Yes. 8.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, representatives of political parties,
They can go ahead.
I want to take you through the positions on the ballot.
Please.
On the ballot paper, MPP will be the first position. The second position will be GCPP. The second position will be the third position will be GFP. The fourth position will be GUM. The fifth position will be LPG. The sixth position will be NDP. The seventh position will be CPP. Eighth position will be NDC. And ninth position will be APC. So that is the odd positions on the presidential ballot papers. We thank you for your cooperation. It is now the time for the independent candidates. So the political parties can excuse us. We wish you all the best. Unless you want to witness that of the independent candidates. Where can they let them sit closer?
You worry as well. All the best. I'll get the number. So I wanted to send the one which was to you.
They will bring them to us from Monday. Then we'll do another betting like we did for the presidential. After that, we'll let you know. Independent candidates, it's now your turn.
12 and 13. So as we did, this is the first ballot is balloting for the order of selecting. So kindly endorse at the back. And please give us 4 balls. Do you want it in a polythene bag or transparent bowl?
No, let's use it so that
we'll use it for YouTube.
We don't want to discriminate, so let's do the same. Let's do the
Okay, all the 4, their bags have been.
So the numbers.
Yeah. This is 10. The bag is endorsed. 11. The bag is endorsed. 12. The bag is endorsed. 13. The bag is endorsed.
Oh, you are doing both opaque. We have to.
We have to. So that's. We are the ever court. Because here, back when you be a mom. So please mention the party, in order of submission, and let us go.
Locational. So we are calling the independent candidates in this order. We'd like to invite Nana Kwame.
Nana, please.
The order of filing.
The one picking should come.
Oh, you sit down first.
For this one,
this one is the first level.
Okay, the first one you can show it to us.
So that you pick first or second.
12.
12.
Number 12.
Number 12.
The next speaker is Mr. George Beruma.
Mr. George Chu.
Bro. You don't know how to give you. Say as a 9
Number 13. Number 13.
So please, you can have it.
Please, the name. What's the name of the independent candidate?
George Chu Beruma.
He has picked it.
Number 13, yes. The next to be is the rep of Mr. Alan Kojo Chiramantin.
Very good. Because
Number 10. Number 10. The last to come forward is the person of Number 11.
So, thank you very much. It means that the rep for Alan Kojo Chiramantin will be picking first, followed by Kofi Kurantin's rep, then Nana Kwame Bidi Akun's rep, then lastly, but not the least, the rep of George Chum Berima Edu. This is the order that we are going to pick for the positions. Get me another set. Come and endorse at the back.
set of 4 balls.
Oh, then let us give it to you for you to do.
Consultant left. I think we can do that.
Consultant should have been contracted as a consultant.
A permanent consultant.
Yes.
So this is position 10, is being endorsed. 11 is being endorsed. 12 is being endorsed. 13 is being endorsed. Fold them and keep each of them in one of the boxes.
Let the boxes be here for the balls. Let them be here. Let them be But if you want to further, you put inside. Repeat.
So, Alan Kojo Martin's rep. You can go and sit down. Kofi Quarantine's rep. Nana Kwame Bidi Akun's rep. And then George Chumbarima Edu's rep. Good. You can open the ball.
You are the best.
Yes, number 10, Kofi Quarantine. Mr. George, 11. Nana, 12. Okay, thank you very much.
Can I take the paper and give you your ball?
Yeah, give us. Kindly let us have our balls back. So please, these are the positions for the independent candidates on the presidential ballot paper. Kofi Quarantine will be number 10 on the presidential ballot paper. George Chumbarima Edu will be number 11, position 11 on the ballot paper. Nana Kwame Bedi Akun will be the 12th position on the presidential ballot paper. And Alan Kojo Martin will be the 13th position on the presidential ballot paper. We thank you so much.
Someone is having my ball. Who has my ball?
Go. The ball.
The ball, yes, please.
We thank you so much for your cooperation. I'll hand over the mic to Deputy Chairman in charge of operations, Mr. Tete.
Thank you very much. And, on behalf of the commission, thank you very much, Director, Electoral Services. And on behalf of the commission, we would want to thank the presidential candidates who actually came here to ballot for positions on the ballot paper. We are all here, and then we saw the processes leading to this particular exercise. We also thank the media for the patience that they had and for covering the whole exercise. It's been a very good exercise, a very successful exercise, very, very transparent. And initially, Alan Chematin's supporter, who was actually calling for all the candidates to ballot at the same time, eventually has even gotten the last spot. So, yes. So we are all here, and we've all seen how transparent this exercise has been. If there are certain concerns, the way forward is to have a look at it. If there is a need for us to amend some aspect of this balloting process, we will take a look at it and then engage our political parties, our major stakeholders, so that we can actually have, let me say, a better exercise next time. Not that this one is not better, but maybe an improved one based on what we can actually get from you, the reps. So we thank you very much. And safe. Thank you.
Closing prayer.
Yes, so let's have a closing prayer.
I can pray. Yeah, we're having a closing prayer. Shall we pray? Father, we thank you that we committed this activity into your hands and you have come through for us. As the balloting has been completed, we commit the rest of the activities in the year into your hands. Help the Electoral Commission, so do we commit the political parties and the candidates into your hands. Help the country so that we'll have another successful general elections. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I wish all the parties well and the candidates.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Look at discrimination. The party for those who are here.
Hey,
This is the Election Bureau, and we just brought you some sights and sounds from the Electoral Commission, where finally balloting has ended for how the various candidates vying for the presidential election will be placed on the ballot box for 2024. I still have with me here in the studio Sami Wiafe as well as Fred Tete Jabono to take you through happenings from the EC as we go through the issues. Gentlemen, so finally, we know what is going to be in front of us when we're voting on election day. Dr. Bawumia is at number 1, John Mahama at number 8, Alan Chermanting at number 13, Christian Kwabna Andrews number 4, Daniel Augustus Latte Jr. number 2, George Chum Berima Ado, number 11, Nana Kwame Bediako number 12, Ikia Donko number 3, Hassan Ayariga number 9, Kofi Apalu number 5, Mohammed Frimpong number 6, Nana Akosia Frimpoma number 7, and Kofi Koranting number 10. The race begins now.
Yeah,
right.
The race begins now. The balloting didn't go without any controversy.
Yes.
Probably because I believe that your position on the ballot determines how your campaign goes, how your education goes. Usually when you are on top of the ballot, it's easy to sell a campaign, to sell your message, to tell the position you are on the ballot. So you go to number 1 or you are at the end. So for me, I think that this whole controversy is about how people are going to now try and put up a campaign message indicating their position on the ballot. Being in the middle of a ballot gives you a much more difficult task of trying to get people to locate you on the ballot. Being at the top of the ballot helps you a bit because all people need to do is to just take the ballot and look at the top and they know you are there. Being down also makes it easier because you just go to the list of the numbers and you vote over there. No wonder in 2012, in 2000, the MPP came with the slogan Asieho. Very catchy, very easy for voters to be able to locate their candidate. In 2012, John Mahama came with the number 1 sign, telling people to look on top of the ballot because he was on top of the ballot. A very easy way of selling your message. In 2016, John Mahama became number 3. They found a very nice way of doing the John 3:16, which was quite catchy. In 2020, President Akufo-Addo was number 1. Quite easy to let voters know where they are. This time round, the positions have changed all over again. You have the MPP, Dr. Bawumia, being number 1. And I think he was number 1 during the primaries of the MPP. Sami, if I'm not wrong. He was number 1. It helps you sell your message easy. John Mahama is number 8. That's a much more difficult task to get voters and supporters who may not be really literate to know where you are in terms of the counting. Already, catchy messages have come, stopping the 8, breaking the 8. Funny enough, the NDC is now wanting to stop the 8 and stop or break the 8. There are so many ways they can go around it. You look at Alan Tremantin. He is at the last of the ballot. All he needs to tell his people that look down, Asieho, J. Kufuor, Asieho, you are there. So for me, I think, yes, it may not be so significant, but it plays a major role in voter education and campaign messaging. So I'm not surprised the controversy spent over 2 hours discussing how a ball should look like, who should pick a ball, what should be in the ball, whether the ball should be in an opaque material or in a transparent material. All is in the bid to ensure that they make their work easy. Either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, whichever the number is. The intent is to help make your work easy in terms of campaigning. So I'm not surprised with the controversy we saw, the back and forth, the NDC, Dr. Manibo Ame's concerns of how...
But were his concerns justified? I mean, the issues he raised.
Was it justified? For me, I think that he believed that he wanted more transparency. He believed that there should be more transparency with the way the whole balloting system was taking place. As to whether really it would change anything, I don't think so. I don't think so, because I was looking at the balls they were talking about and how those balls could actually be manipulated. He believed that there were ways the balls were manipulated or could have been manipulated. I mean, eventually the EC accepted some of their demands by deciding to go for the opaque polythene bag for them to pick in. But in terms of whether they were justified, I sit here and I look at whatever took place over there. I felt that it could have been handled easily. It could have been handled better. The back and forth could have been addressed easily. You started by picking a ball at the beginning in a transparent bowl. You went through the process of checking the ball. You did not have any issues with the ball, but later you had issues with the ball. For me, I think going forward, the EC should look at the way this whole balloting system is done. Let's set a proper procedure to get the balloting done, where there will be less human interference. There will be less human interference, where somebody will say the ball looks this way, the ball looks that way. I think that we could improve upon this whole process to make it easier for all of us. Even with the issues of the independent presidential candidates, we could look at the whole procedure. I believe that, you see, once you're on the ballot, you're a presidential candidate. You all have equal rights. You are looking for the same thing. I don't believe in the separation. The EC's explanation makes a bit of sense in terms of parliamentary and how the parliamentary will look like. But with the presidential, I think that they are all presidential candidates and should be allowed to engage in the process at the same time. In terms of how the process should be done, in terms of the balls used, maybe we could look at it and improve it, find a better way of dealing with it. But for today, I don't think that the NDC was justified in any way with their concerns.
Okay, Sammy, do you
I was
share
surprised.
the
No, I share with some of the sentiments Fred raised, but I was surprised that, you know, a common balloting for position will amount to such acrimony and exchange of words among people perceived to be old men and women will be behaving in such a manner.
No, the women were not part of what happened.
Sorry, the old
men.
men. Yeah, sorry, I withdraw that. The old men will be behaving in such a manner for just balloting of position, which history has made us understand that the position you have on the ballot does not signify whether you're going to win or you are going to lose. I'll give you a classical example. In 2008, Nana Akufo-Addo was #1 on the ballot, but he lost the election. In 2012, John Mahama was number 1. He won. In 2006, Nana Addo was number 3, and yet he won. In 2020, Nana Addo was number 1. So it doesn't necessarily mean that your position on the ballot signify whether you are going to win the election or not.
But if you have a good spot, it helps in your campaign.
Nana Addo was number 3 in 2016. Was he a good spot?
Well, perhaps
it was quite a good spot.
If you ask me,
number 1, the middle, and the last.
In 2008, Nana Addo was number 1 on the ballot. Yet he lost. John Mahama was number 5. The late Johnny Vasatamos was number 5. Yet he won. Nana Addo was number 1. There were all sorts of songs about him. Kwamna did, or number 1 and the rest. But he lost in that election. So I am one of the people who have always said that your position on the ballot does not really determine whether you are going to win the election or not. If the people want to vote for you, no matter where you are on the ballot, they will find you and vote for you. So what really happened at the EC's headquarters? Disgusting for me, if you ask. Very disgusting. So does it mean that's what happens at IPAC? The more reason we can never have an agreement among the parties when they go for IPAC meetings. They have clearly showed us that this happens at IPAC. They have made us understand the mistrust among the political parties and the Electoral Commission. They have made us understand how and why none of the parties trust the Electoral Commission. And I blame the EC. You call these people to the table. You should have stopped your authority. Fine, it's democracy, you seek opinion, but if it is a convention that you have practiced over the years and there's been no problem with it, and because of few people have raised issues in respect of how the process is, then you succumb to their pressure, then if the political parties all raise issues in respect of a particular thing, then I'm sure the next election will have different method or different ways of doing things.
I think the EC was trying to ensure that all parties live at least okay, and the process continues.
I agree.
Right? And so you have to, for some, you have to back down, for some, you have to. But at the end of the day, what happened was a 50-50. Yeah. Both parties got the something,
it looked like the EC was just sitting down in Fifi Kwete and Dr. Mani Buama and Evans Nimakun and the gentleman in the shades, APC and the rest. Well, rather they texting the page and tell the EC what is supposed to be done.
No, but eventually the EC took
their decision. Because you have to allow the parties to also express themselves.
It's democracy.
Which is what they did.
I agree, but I felt if the EC has stamped its authority, that is the process. We've done this over the years. There's a precedent how this thing is done, and has stamped its authority. We now have spent 3 hours on just balloting.
But you see, precedents are not always right.
I agree. When the independent candidates came, they spent 7 minutes, 18 seconds.
Okay, so I mean, hold your thoughts. We need to pay some bills. We'll take, go quickly, pay some bills, and then we'll come back and wrap up.
Choose the perfect prize for you every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes. All to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Prepare your hearts for a bigger, better, and an extraordinary night of worship as Jeanette Services proudly presents the 7th edition of Women in Worship. This year, we bring you the Rehoboth Experience. Join the powerful minstrels like never before, Mercy Chinro, Ada Ehi, Dinah Hamilton, Empress Gifty, and an all-female team Eternity featuring Effie Grace, JOA, Rafia, Achia, and Lordina the Soprano. Sunday, 22nd September 2024. Gates open 4 p.m. sharp. Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel International, Kaneshi Roundabout, Accra. Rate a cool 70 Ghana Cedis economy and 150 Ghana Cedis first class. Visit Airport Shell, Bachana Total, Community 11 1 and 2 Shell, or online via egotickets.com, or dial *713 *33 *70 hash, or call 0248 810 396 to purchase your tickets now. Sponsors: Media Partners, ChannelOne. Daughter, you still have a voice. At the name of Jesus, every knee should bow and every tongue should confess. Philippians 2 verse 10 to 11. Royal House Chapel International invites you to Convention of Saints 2024 under the theme Every Tongue Should Confess. It's happening from Tuesday 1st October through to Sunday 6th October 5:30 p.m. each night. There will be 2 services on Sunday 6th October, morning service at 8 a.m. and communion, anointing and impartation service at 5:30 p.m. Speakers are Reverend Emmanuel Agomeda, USA, Reverend Eric Hehemeku, Ghana, Reverend Steve Mensah, Ghana, Bishop Dominic Alute, USA, Apostle Jani Ingwali, South Africa, and the host, Apostle General Sam Crunchy Ankara and Reverend Mrs. Rita Crunchy Ankara. The venue is the Oil Dome near Obechebi Lamte Interchange. Come along with your family and the new soul to experience power, presence, and the prophetic. The services will be live on Facebook at Sam Crunchy Ankara, YouTube at Powerline TV, and your favorite Christian TV channel, Powerline TV. Royal House Chapel, touching our generation with the power of God.
This is the Election Bureau. Thank you for staying with us as we look at those persons who will be on our ballot box come the December elections. I have here Sami Wiafe as well as Fred Tete Jabano. So, Sami, you were on about the incident we saw at the Electoral Commission.
Yes, and I felt the EC would have or should have stamped its authority in this whole process. And, well, thank God the process has come to an end. I thought this exercise would have been done within a short period of time. At least 1 hour, we should have been done with the balloting, but we spent close to 3 hours just for political parties to have their balloting. The independent presidential candidates came in there, and within, as I said, within 7 minutes, some few seconds, they were done and they knew their position on the ballots.
But they initially also protested about the fact that they were separated from the big boys and girls. So they added on to the first, the first part of the
disagreement.
And I thought their disagreement wasn't justified.
Actually, they even started the issue. Kwame, what's the cheddar? He raised issues with the division and even walked out.
I was surprised he came back. I was surprised to see him back on the TV.
Well, perhaps
he walked out of the process.
Yes.
He has disrespected everybody who was sitting there because he raised an issue and that issue wasn't addressed. He walked out. Why did he come back?
But he had his rep still there. He didn't leave totally. His rep was
he actually said that he said he wouldn't be part
of such a process.
It's not right.
And then you come back to the same process they are condemning and you want to be president?
And then we had Alan's team as well protesting. Yao was one of the first people who started.
I'm surprised because Yao has served as a member of the MPP, as MP, Director of Communications. He knows the process. He's been through such a process before. Is it that because he's moved from that party and joined a different train, the more reason why he's raising issues with the process? There are lots of questions to be asked and the answers are not coming. But then if they are major stakeholders in the process and they felt that was an issue, fine. After all, I could say that they even benefited from other political parties. They are number 13 on the ballot. And it will be easy for them to use that as campaign and say that they are still.
I thought you said the numbers don't matter. So why are you saying that?
Hear me out. I said they feel it will be easy for them. They feel it will be easy for them to use that to campaign by using that as your also because we have a history of 2000, what really happened. But I still stand by my position that numbers do not really signify whether you win an election or not. If the people want you, the people are clamoring for you, Vivian, Fred, they will vote for you no matter where you are. They will find you on the ballot and vote for you. And I've given you sequence and history, how it has happened and people who were perceived to be in strategic positions in an election could not even win with their position on that particular ballot. For me, I don't believe in...
But there have been instances where positioning has helped candidates to strive higher. There have been cases like that. And there have been cases where, persons lost in the fray are not seen by the voter, and it's had issues with. And there have been issues where, depending on where you place on the, on the roll, you can have spoiled ballot boxes and ballot papers. There's so many things around that.
And the people like you, and they will want to vote for you. No matter where you find yourself, they will find you and put their thumb wherever they want to do for you. If it is long, they will go through. Okay, he's here. Okay, and they will vote for you. So if you don't tell me I'm number one, I am a CEO, so immediately I check the paper, I will not watch anywhere. I just take it. No, pam. I just take it. No. I must go through and look for my position or the position of my candidate and vote. And now it's just 3 months to election. I would say 80% of Ghanaians know who they are going to vote for in this election. 80%, if not 80. Yes, 80% and above know. So it's not that they are now going to be giving ballot and they'll be looking for where Alan is, where Chada is, where Abaumia is, where... No. They know where they'll vote for. So for me, people will add spiritual things to numbers. There are people who always attach spirituality when it comes to numbers. But I am one of the people who always hold the view that numbers in election do not really matter, especially if you find a position on the ballot.
Okay. The issues raised, Fred, by the political parties of the process is not cast in law. It's just a convention that has been used over the years. It's a time to review all the processes around the picking of the ballot.
Yes, Vivian, as I said, I agree with the fact that once you're on the EC passes you to be on the ballot, you all have equal rights. I don't believe in a political party and an independent candidate, and you separate the two and get them to pick differently. They are all presidential candidates. And as presidential candidates, they are all going to...
But this is what we've done all these years.
Yes, Vivian, a convention, right? A convention necessarily is not right. You may have practiced a convention for a long time.
But don't they have the opportunity to go through the process, especially those who are not new, to know that this is what is done? And if they had a problem, you know...
Yes, Vivian, so this is, you see...
This one they should be discussing on iPad, but they don't do that.
But you see, the independent...
They go and fight.
So, I mean, that's the challenge. The independent candidate is not at IPAC. The independent candidate is not at IPAC. The independent candidate will not have the opportunity to go and sit in an IPAC meeting to raise some of these concerns. The onus lies on the EC. Once you pass someone to be on the ballot sheet, the next thing you do is to possibly just give the person an idea
of what's next,
what the procedure is.
But you should also find out, no?
Oh yes, you should. You should, but I'm also saying that as the person who is running the election, as the referee, when we are going, even in football games, FIFA will let you know what the regulations are. You, the club, would have to go and get the regulations yourself, but the person who is running it will let you know that these are the laws, these are the regulations, this is what we are going to do. You understand? So that before you come to the place, you have an idea that this is exactly what you do. When you have an opposition, you write to the EC and tell the EC, or you approach the EC and raise concerns with the procedure. So that if it can be changed, it is changed. But I strongly believe that this process of getting political parties to ballot first for presidential elections, to ballot first and independent candidates to ballot second, doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't.
But you never protested all these years.
No, I've never protested this years, but I'm saying
what's leading to the change? Is it what
after seeing the kind of arguments and disagreements today? I mean, all these things could have been avoided. You understand? All these things could have been avoided. You don't. It looks like you are discriminating. You are discriminating, and truth be said, the independent candidates we are talking about, some you will say, oh, they don't have structures, they don't have party supporters, they don't have buildings. But let's look at the other smaller political parties. How different really are they from the independent candidates?
That's true.
How different? Apart from the NDC and the MPP.
Yeah.
How different are they from the other smaller parties? When you even look at, what do you call it, past election results, and you look at the performance of some independent candidates, they perform far better than other the smaller political parties. So for me, I think that, look, for the sake of fairness and equity, equality, we should allow everybody to engage in the process at the same time.
Okay.
That's some sort of fairness, because you see, right now, somebody picks number one. Maybe if the independent candidate was part, the independent candidate may have picked number one. Maybe the MPP or the NDC may have picked the last number. You get it? It gives some sort of fairness to the whole procedure and the process. But now we are just living by conventions. But going forward, I think the EC should have learned some lessons from what they saw today, and maybe get the political parties and stakeholders together and discuss, look, how do we make this process better in future? I don't think the process as it stands now should remain.
Why would you want to change a convention or a precedent that has served you well and proper all these years?
But now it's causing problems.
Independent candidates have raised issues before in the past.
I mean, not to cut you, but don't forget that this year has been one of the years where the issue has been really opened for cameras to come in. A lot of the times we really don't even know. All we know that there's this thing. This is the first time we are really seeing the whole process from the beginning to the end.
Have we ever seen the balloting?
It's
no.
The media are allowed in it, but not. We usually don't.
It happened in 2020. In 2020, they allowed.
My mind
in 2020, I remember very well. They allowed the media, space to capture the entire procedure with the balloting. But it wasn't there wasn't acrimony as we have seen, today. Today's one may be different because of the stakes involved. Because of the what word can I use? Because everybody make wild sort of, and they want to go see the thing feely. So you expect that level of agitation and acrimony within that space. But then back to Fred's argument, why would you want to change something that has served you well all these years? The best way, not change the entire process, but maybe just do a bit of editing or tweaking a bit to meet the current dispensation, but to do away with it totally and allow everybody to do the balloting and the position. I want to do
what would it change? What would it change?
If you want to lead a country, you must come with a vehicle. And that vehicle should be Fred, let me make
that vehicle, go on.
That vehicle should be on the back of a political party.
Oh, how?
Necessarily?
I allowed you to speak.
Let's make your point. Fred, stop interrupting.
You do so on the back of political parties. And we know very well, even in democracies outside the country, such practices go on. Political parties are always given their priority, consent to, in respect of independent candidates. Political parties will always give priority. If that should be the case, then independent candidates should also be allowed during IPAC meetings.
Maybe it's time to consider that.
If that's the first argument, then independent candidates should also be allowed to do IPAC. But IPAC meeting only deal with registered political parties.
It can be
registered
reviewed.
Political parties. So if you want to,
because if these people are taking part in an election, they should be part of discussions on that election.
Vivian, I'm very sure that anybody who has an ambition of becoming a president does not have that in mind within a month or two to the election. You would have harbored that ambition for a while.
Yeah.
So why, before you harbor the idea, why don't you set up a political party then? And we know the process. General Nabila within 3 months was on the verge of forming a political party, but didn't meet that particular, requirement. So if you want to run as president, the requirement is for you to form a political party so they will be given the same treatment like other political parties in this country. So if the ambition is there to run as president a year or two before the election, you can set the process in motion. At least within 6 months or even a year, the EC will give you your certificate, and then you can form your political party and run on the ticket of a political party. But if you want to run as independent candidates, I don't see why you should be treated the same as political parties, which have structures, which have machinery, which have resources on the ground, and not you will be treated as a lone ranger, one person who is running a one-man show, and you want to be treated like the same as political parties. I disagree. If you have the ambition of becoming a president of this country, form a political party.
But are they running one-man shows? No, they have to have at least one person from every constituency. It can't be a one-man show. And then they have their vice presidential candidates as well.
You don't need your party member to endorse your form. Me, if I pick up a form and I want to submit, I will get people across the districts in this country who will endorse for me. What does it take?
But political parties are about mobilizing people, which they've been able to do to get something to move to the next level.
I agree.
You can't take it from them.
I agree. But the independent candidates who were able to also get people to sign their forms, can they use the same mobilizations to form political parties?
But you don't necessarily
setting up a political party like that.
That's why I'm saying that if you have the ambition of becoming president, you don't get the ambition a month or two to the election. You might have had it like a year or two before the election year, and you will set the process in motion. I'm giving an example of how our dear sister and friend Janet, who was disqualified, formed the party within a month or two.
But what happened to her?
She had to even go on as
she didn't
independent.
meet the requirements.
It's not that simple.
I'm sure the time space. But if it was 6 months to the election, I'm sure EC would have given her the certificate to do so.
So
you do this a year or two ahead of the election, and you'll be given the same treatment as the political parties. Political parties are different from independent candidates. They are major stakeholders in every election. Compared to independent presidential
Article
candidates.
62 of Ghana's Constitution.
Quote me the Constitution.
Qualification to become president.
Yes.
A person shall not be qualified for election as president of Ghana unless he is a citizen of Ghana by birth. He has attained the age of 40 years. And he is a person who is or otherwise qualified to be elected a member of parliament, except that the disqualification sets out in paragraph C, D, E of clause 2 of article 94 of the Constitution, shall not be removed in respect to it. So it's very clear. You don't need a political party.
But no one has stopped them from contesting the election.
You don't need a political party to run as president. You don't lead.
But having said so,
I'm explaining. You don't need a political party to run as president. All you need is a message. One, you need a qualification, and you need a message. What do political parties do? They help information of messages. Theirs is just there are different ways of gathering.
It's a vehicle to project your message and promote your message.
Yes, but I don't believe in the vehicle of gathering people to come and believe in an ideology. I believe in a vehicle of me going to the people and telling them that, look, this group are groups of people with so many different ideas. They don't even agree on one idea. This is my idea. I don't believe in that whole group of people. I believe I want to sell my message to you as an individual. At the end of the day, when you become president of Ghana, you are not a president of Ghana, an MPP or an NDC president of Ghana. The moment you win an election in this country, you are declared President of the Republic of Ghana.
I agree, but informing your government, hold on.
You
need people from parliament to form them. If these people don't belong to your political, in fact, you don't even have a political party. You are an independent candidate. How do you form your government? Are you going to get people from NDC and MPP, which are constitution? The same constitution you quoted says that majority of your ministers. Hold on. Which says majority of your ministers should come from parliament. If you're an independent presidential candidate and if you win an election, Where are you going to get your ministers of state? Are you going to certify the constitutional requirement by getting majority from Parliament?
That's one. There are two responses to your argument. One, Parliament has seen that issue and decided to amend their standing orders to make way for independent candidates. Two, becoming an independent presidential candidate gives you an opportunity to work with all other political parties for the unity and one goal for this country. Not one a goal or plan of one political party. We've all been advocating that, look, let's have one developmental plan. Let's all follow. An independent candidate has the opportunity of bringing all parties together to run and to fix the country.
Okay. We'll wrap up. We have a minute, so let's just wrap up with those who were disqualified. Your thoughts on that quickly, and then we'll call it a day.
Very disappointing, Bernard Mona. Another disappointment is Kofi Sian, Sasamwa Sian. At least from what we hear in the past few hours, they are looking at going to the court to seek redress. Bernard has said he's going to court.
Janet is not.
Janet has raised concerns, but she's not been really clear about whether she's going to court. But the PPP and PNC have indicated that they'll be heading to court to get the court to give them an opportunity to be on the ballot. It will be interesting to see what the court says. If the court is going to go by the 2016 decision of giving the people the chance to be heard, then it means that probably this whole process we have done will be null and void.
Tell me your final word.
It's Bernard who I'm very surprised, and I feel his pain because he was already racing against time. His election as flag bearer was, even during the process where the EC was, receiving submission of nominations. So I felt time wasn't really on his side, and that might have caused this particular incident for him. And he has said that he will go to court and challenge this particular decision. And my good friend and my brother, Samuel Apia Dankwa, I really expected him to be on the ballot. So at least people can vote for him.
Are you sure?
He has a bright vision for this country. And I was expecting to see my good brother on the ballot, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Maybe in 2028, he may want to do his homework well and come back.
His running mate did not have task clearance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you want to select someone who has a challenge, who has an issue?
He didn't know.
In the first place. He didn't know?
Yeah. Okay, gentlemen, time is up. Don't go back to that.
Best, bro.
So thank you very much, Sabi Afi, as well as Fred Tete Jabano. This is the Election Bureau. We want you to stick with us as we bring you the election proper on election day till the results are declared by the Electoral Commission. And to be able to do that, follow hashtag Ghana Polls 2024. And then also join us in our Galamsey campaign. You see that we're all wearing the T-shirts for the Galamsey campaign. Be part of this campaign. Don't sit on the fence. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you again next time. My name is Vivian Kailoko. Goodbye.